Now is the president's chief medical advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci. Dr. Fauci, good morning to you. Thanks for speaking with us. So have you spoken with President Biden since his COVID diagnosis, and are you encouraged by his progress?
Well, I haven't spoken directly with the president, but I'm in very close contact with Dr. Kevin O'Connor, the primary physician for the president. I spoke to him as recently as 10 o'clock last night. And what you just said is true. The president is doing very well. He continues to improve, feels well, has some of the symptoms you're talking about, but that's absolutely natural when someone has an upper respiratory viral infection. So we continue to always be careful, but really the chances of him getting into severe difficulty is very, very low, given the fact that he's vaccinated, doubly boosted, and he's on an antiviral drug that has shown very clearly goes a long way to preventing people from progress to disease that would be serious.
And Dr. Fauci, I'd like to ask you about that. Paxlovid, you mentioned the antiviral drug that the president is taking. You took the same drug recently when you had COVID, but had one of those so-called rebound cases. You still say the benefits outweigh the risks?
No doubt about it. Paxlovid is doing what Paxlovid is supposed to do. It's keeping people out of the hospital, preventing progression of disease. If you have a rebound, as it were, it almost invariably is just a reversion of the test to positive for a day or two, and perhaps some increase in minor symptoms. But it has not historically been followed by severity of disease. So the benefits overwhelmingly outweigh the risks when you take Paxlovid. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
And in your experience, what was it like when the symptoms came back? Were they milder than before?
Well, you know, it's such a variability. Everything is relative. I had a relatively mild course that started off with a sore throat and a bit of a runny nose. I didn't have a fever. When I had the so-called rebound, I had a little bit of a fever, which responded very well to Tylenol. I had a runny nose. I went back on Paxlovid. The next day, 18 hours later, I was perfectly without symptoms.
So I want to ask you about something else, too, because President Biden got that second booster shot, but there's now some reporting that the administration will hold off on authorizing second boosters for people under the age of 50, possibly until September, instead focusing on those improved new variant-specific vaccines. What's the reasoning behind waiting?
Well, I think that's unfortunately an incorrect report. I spoke to the person responsible for that at the FDA last night, and that's a premature statement. They are still considering what they're going to be doing with the fourth dose boost for individuals less than 50 years old right now. They're still under active consideration. No determination has been definitively made.
Forgive me, Dr. Fauci, just to clarify, because we had some White House sources suggest that report from the Washington Post initially was accurate in the sense of the timing. So you're saying that based on your conversations with the FDA, that people under 50 could still potentially be authorized to get boosters before the fall?
It is still under active consideration. No definitive determination has been made at this point.
Dr. Fauci, thank you for clarifying that. I do want to ask you about something else here, too, because cases are on the rise across the country in some places with some of these new variants. We're seeing some cities suggest bringing back mask mandates. Is that something that you think other cities should consider at this time?
I think it needs to be on a case-by-case basis with each individual location, county, city, or state, because things vary with regard to the viral dynamics. The CDC recommends, when you look at their map, their color-coded map, that when you are in a orange or a red zone, they strongly recommend. The federal government, the CDC, doesn't mandate anything. The local jurisdictions make the determination based on what's going on the ground. So I think it's not appropriate to say that everybody should be doing this or not doing this. It's made at the local level. That's a decision made at the local level.
Dr. Fauci, thanks for taking your time to speak with us this morning. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.